Good morning. Carry on the story of Teputepuimaka. It was the biggest battle they have ever had. Taufatahi and Queen Ala fought in the air, on land, and in the sea. In the air, the eagles and the bats. In the sea, the stingray and octopus. And on the land, the turtles and the human fighting the monsters. Lastly, Fehutahi was defeated by Taufatahi and the Queen Ala. Fehuta was arrowed when she tried to change and was too late. The arrow struck her down. Everyone in the Kamehameha Island was changed back to normal, including Queen Ala, which was getting very old. The only one left that can change is Taufatahi, who went back to the sea as a good shark cutting the South Seas. How can I thank all of you for bravery and courage on the battlefield? Cried Allah. The dream of Allah, Papa Lulu, I have been waiting to see you for a long time, she cried. Lulu hugged her. My queen, there comes a time we depart, and I go and you stay. Or you go, I stay. Which one is better? Only our ancestors know, and God. Death is nothing more but a change, and a change is the highest law of nature. Lulu smiled and disappeared. Queen Ala knows her time is near. She smiled and whispered, Look after my son, Papa Lulu. He lived up to your great wisdom. I will see you all, my great kings, ancestors, but not yet. Just a little bit more. She closed her eyes, singing the lullaby together with the great Papa Lulu. And she slowly says the words in a slow motion in her mind. She died in the hand of Papa Lulu, the great. The death of the Queen Mother Ala in her very old age, the funeral and mourning of the Queen, the Kamehameha Island falls again. The appointed of the new chiefs and the attack of the white half-caste from the four corners strike at one time, where they join armies and throw out the newly appointed chiefs. Now the Kamehameha was ruled by the white half-caste and enslaved the islanders. One of Ruth Lufa's great-grandson found a note from Captain Lufas on how they were captured, attacked, and casting at seas and drowned. So he is coming for his revenge on his grand captain. They forced the people to make bows, spears, sword, and more. The rules like hell as though they are monsters. Ika's daughter, Princess Tuku, was told by Queen Ala to stay on the Turtle Island and never leave for her safety and the safety of everyone. Before the half-caste captured the whole island, one of Ika's most trusted warrior managed to escape on a raft and somewhere along the line ended up in the Turtle Island. He saw Tuku and straight away knew it was the princess who went missing. Your Highness, I'm your father's right-hand man, and unfortunately your father was gone. They both cried for a moment and murmured both for her parents. Tuku told him, There are warriors here and my friends, and they are all Olomea and Atu. They were turtles that Taufatahi tried to change into a human to guard me. Alas, they ended up taking the wrong magic, and they become giants. Them bow down to every word she says, and she smiled at him. She told him, You need to be careful. You might get caught by the giants and kill you. So the princess approached the two giants about the newcomer, and they seemed all right with him. She tricked the warrior. "At first, you must prove that you are a human," said one of the giants. So the princess told him, "You must fight in front of them, and that's the only way to prove you are human." He was shivering and tried hard to fight, but there was no sound came out. He looked so scared and nearly passed out crying. At this moment, the princess and the two giants were laughing loudly. "He's human," joked one of the giants. He smiled too and told them everything that had happened to the Kamehameha Island. A big wind struck and a big wave smashed at the beach. A strong current carried the stingray to the shore. He was spotted by one of the giants, and to their surprise, he was talking. "I am King Teputepuimaka." And straight away the two giants take a bow, knowing it is the great king. The king asked, "You must go and look for Taufatahi at once before it's too late." Once again the two giants and the warrior swarmed deeper in the ocean looking for Taufatahi. Fortunately, they met the great shark, so they all came back with Taufatahi and helped the king back to his human, equal pet shark form. "My great warrior Taufatahi, you did your job well. How can I thank the great of all?" he cried. Taufatahi told him everything, even the death of their great mother and the life changing in their islands. Was so tired, and he fell asleep, and he saw Papalulu. "My great king, we can only stand in the river once. Great people come, great people go, but we are remain the same," he smiled. Teputepuimaka woke up and believed there is something good will happen soon, or beginning of a new life. Chapter 13. "My great heroes, we are all dead men, but one will take our island from our soul. Let's fight again for a good purpose, not considering what we are killing for, but for what we dream of in a lifetime to see. Let's fight like before." While the half-caste was still sleeping at dawn, they were attacked hard by the king and Taufatahi. The eagles took most slingshots and smashed them on the rocks, put mud in the cannons of most ships, while the turtles made holes in the ships. And pets are taking most of the shotguns and give it to the humans. And Tepu started to smash the sleeping warrior with his club. He was able to sneak to the slavery and release all the villages and join them in the war. Unfortunately, a boy who woke up to sneak to the sea for morning fishing saw the dead warriors and screamed loud, "We have visitors! Lots of dead warriors!" And the whole island is surrounded by different creatures. This is the alarm to wake up the whole island and started to fight like hell. This is the fighting chapter. The great battle of the string race led by a woman warrior who guarded the fighting against the spear guns and diving sword armies. She spoke to the stingray's armies. "This is the honor to honor Queen Allah who brought us peace." And she spoke to them, "Whatever comes, they have a chance to survive if they stick and fight together. And if you are alone, then you are dead." While she was still speaking, a couple of spears came and killed at least 3 stingrays. She yelled out, "Plan B, split into 3 groups and fight like hell. 1 group on top, 1 in the middle, and mostly at the bottom of the oceans." They used their fins for spears, and both armies had killed each other, mostly on an equal number. The turtles' armies fight as humans led by Teputepuimaka. They were kicking, punching, and blowing sharp arrows to the half-caste. They used their shells as shield from sword and arrows. The giant fighting using pominokas, smashing houses, enemies, and one of the giants went down by a slingshot with a spear that went deep in his leg. The eagle's army were using their wings and claws to fight with and can throw logs, tree branches. And they were shooting arrows, using bows and more. The pets fighting using claws, wings, bows and more. The pets fighting using claw wings, throwing sticks and even spears, and sword led by Taufatahi, who leading the fight against the half-caste in a very tough war. They were wounded, but they still coming hard. Where the half-caste use guns, cannons, sword, the enemies have sailing boats with spearing guns on. It looked like there is more half-caste than before. They were wounded and dead, but more than expected marched out from different caves and joined the fighting, and it's more likely they are stronger. The noise of the battle was rumbled like a storm, and on the same day of the war, one of the giants woke up and stepped on a magic liquid by accident beside the trees. And the 3 trees came alive and hear and see the great battle. At that time they know the king need help. They were on their way smashing human houses, boats, whatever enemies they met. This helped them defeat the island of Kamehameha. They attacked by using their branches and roots, and they were very powerful, destroying so many half-castes in their home, weapons, cannons, and more. The trees used their power to throw back cannonballs to the boats and rafts at sea, causing a lot of damage to the half-caste. The trees led Teputepuimaka to winning and victory. And after the victory, trees requested, "Your Majesty, can you allow us to go and guard the Paradise Island?" "Your request is granted, my dear friends, and thank you for everything," said the king. Teputepuimaka finally won the battle and ruled again. He brought his people food, prosperity, and peace. And this is the non-stop fighting from the beginning until the end. The commander, Leslie, commanded, "All of you retreat and surrender. Half-caste have enough." The king ordered, "Stop at once," in a loud voice, heard everywhere in the island. Everyone stopped and assembled off the field, he ordered. "Take all these men and put them in the skull place. Feed them well and look after them. Do not take any more life. Their punishment is enough for their crimes." From a wink of an eye, everyone saw the Papalolo riding his horse towards the king. Thank you. That's all for today. Bye for now.